got new shoes?
No, I've had these for a while, but I haven't worn them yet.
When the heck did that happen?
A while ago.
Just casually without some new Lulu shoes.
I love that. I love that you just noticed now too.
Well,
we haven't seen each other
never
all
worn
morning.
them.
Yeah, that is also true. No, I've worn them once, but you weren't around. Anyway, we have lots to share.
Wow.
Yes. Wow.
Now I really want to go get myself some new shoes.
Yeah. Jealous. How are Lulu shoes? They're nice.
I will let you know after I wear them for more than
That's fair.
30 minutes.
That's fair.
I like mine.
I love the colors. I think the colors are really cool. And I mean, I'm a Lulu girl.
That's fair. I feel like it's in your world. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
fair.
But anyway, shout out BMD New Wealth, one of our sponsors. We got to show them a lot of love and for helping us produce this podcast. So if you guys are in the New Orleans area and you guys are looking for wealth management help, make sure you guys reach out to them.
Take care of your monies.
That's right. Protect it.
Money.
It's important. Grow it. All that good stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, you guys are alive. This is good. Because last week we didn't know.
Yeah. So we were supposed to record the podcast about 4 or 5 days ago, but we happen to have still been in Texas.
We posted a video about our travel home, but yeah, this is full story.
This is the story. I love it.
We probably jinxed ourselves.
Are we going to tag team? Or are we going to just okay.
We'll tag team.
Okay.
We probably jinxed ourselves because as we were going to the airport, Taryn is like, oh man, this is so nice. Just 1 hour flight, easy. And this was like, obviously with beach volleyball, we're typically like flying to California. It's rare that there is an event in the southern region. Yeah. So we go.
Buckle up.
And again, we jinxed ourselves. We were like, okay, this is great. We get there. Flight keeps getting delayed. We're like, okay, 1 hour. That's not bad. Like we can just go hang out, chill. She's probably walking around talking to someone on the phone. Then all of a sudden we get it and it's like 3 hour delay. Your flight isn't leaving until 12:50 in the morning. We're like, no way. We're like, there's no way this flight is actually going to take off. We've been on so many flights where it's like, it's not the fact that just the plane gets there. It's the fact that then the crew has to be there. Yeah. Are they going to time out? And I'm sitting by the gate and there's this guy on the phone who's like executive platinum member. He's like, he is going to town on whoever is on the other side of this phone call. He was like, I've done this flight so many times. I know it is not going to take off. And American on the phone wouldn't book you on another flight. Because it was like,
it hadn't canceled. Yeah.
Because it hasn't been canceled. And it was also a weather issue. So it wasn't necessarily a crew issue at that point. And he's like, yes, it was a weather issue, but us taking off of this flight is not going to be a weather issue. It's going to be the fact of the crew. So the option, she gets on the phone with American. The option they gave us was a flight on, this is Sunday night, was a Tuesday at 8 p.m. flight. We're like, wait, we're not going to be in Dallas for another 2 days. Like, no,
I was like, that's your option? And she was like, yes, ma'am. I was like,
what else?
So there's no other flight. And she was like, is there another flight showing up on your app? And I was like, well, no. And she goes, well, then no. And I was like,
oh my God.
Okay.
This is in Austin now? You guys are in Austin still?
No,
or you guys
are
in Dallas?
Dallas.
Okay.
So that happens. We're like, wait. We like, no, we don't want to do this. And we also were looking at other airlines, but this has happened with American in the past that if you book with another airline, you don't get your money back, which is so dumb when it's like, no, we're not going to stay here for another day. And we decided after a little bit, we were like, should we just like rent a car and just start driving? We were like, let's just get on the road. It'll feel like we're making progress if we're getting in the right direction. And we also had our trifecta massages at like, I think hers is at 8:30. Yeah, something like that.
And what time is this right now?
And this is, it was only like 10:30.
Yeah,
it was like
we're looking at 10:30. Yeah.
At night?
At night, yes.
Okay. So a 6 hour ride, you're getting in at 4 a.m.
Yep.
Okay.
And we were like, okay, or our flight
was going to land at 3.
Yeah. So we were like,
so it was basically the same thing. Yeah. You know, we were like,
you're going to sit in the airport for 3 hours or drive 3 hours and then get on.
And then it was probably going to get pushed back even more. And we're like, we would rather honestly just be back home, and we don't want to be sleeping in an airport and then just get screwed and then be stuck there and then have to drive back anyway because we don't want to wait until Tuesday night. So all of these things, we were like, okay, we have to make a decision. Did our family and friends and loved ones tell us? Probably no. Yeah.
To not drive?
Yeah. To not drive.
Okay.
We were just very impatient. We were like, no, we want to be home, and we want the quickest way. Like, this seems logical in the moment. Let's just do it. So we go Also, we had dropped off a rental car on the way to the airport. So literally within about an hour and a half, we were back. We were back at the rental car place. Got the same exact style of car, just different color.
Hate that car now.
We are so we're driving. We're like, okay, we're just gonna make a fun little road trip. We're like taking videos every hour.
Also, why did the family and friends say no? Tired, being like not safe, don't drive through the night.
Yeah, just didn't want us to drive through the night.
Got it.
Pretty much. Two girls driving through the night.
Right. Have to stop somewhere. Don't like that. Could be in the middle of nowhere. Get it? Yeah.
So we're driving. We're probably about an hour and a half in, and Taryn like looks at the dashboard and she's like, "Has that light been on the whole time?"
Oh no.
I said, "Is a little exclamation mark? Has that been on the whole entire time?"
And I look
parentheses
and
around it. Yeah.
Literally, as I'm like, no, all of a sudden the car like goes swerving. I'm like, oh my gosh.
It is dark. We're going on a Texas highway. There are semi trucks everywhere.
Oh my god.
We're also like on an overpass ish, so it's like sort of a bridge ish.
Did I say it was raining too?
And
it
was on and off raining, and so the car literally went like haywire. Luckily, it was the back right when it wasn't the front. But I like pull over. We're immediately like hazards. Taryn is like shaking. And I was
like, what do we do? And because we had like no room on the side of the road because there was 2 cement blocks on this side. Oh my God,
yeah, because it's
then a cement block.
Oh my God.
And so I thought we were going to hit one and then flip over or something.
Oh my God.
But you did a great job of controlling the car.
I didn't panic. I was very, very chill. Just kind of pulled over to the side as the car was like
this. Yeah, it was so bad. Kristen goes, let's get out of the car. Getting out of the car is more safe than being in the car.
No, I wanted to see. No. I wanted to see which tire it was. We had no idea. We were just there on the road. So I called AAA immediately, but they're like, okay, the next available person probably isn't going to be there until like an hour and a half. We're like, oh my gosh, so we just have to sit on this bridge as these cars are zooming by. But also,
they wouldn't get over. Yeah. If you are driving and somebody's on the side of the road, get to the other side of the road. It is terrifying. Especially it was shaking our car.
Yeah, and especially on the one where there's no shoulder and you can't go off into the grass a little bit or whatever. Oh my God.
But as we were on the phone with AAA, us trying to explain our location of where we were.
It gets kind of funny because we're so bad at directions.
They were like, where are you? We're like looking on the maps. We're like, I think we're in between Longview and something. They were like,
are you westbound or eastbound? I look at Chris. I get my compass out.
You guys don't know which direction you're going.
Okay, Anthony, I want to clarify that we were also in a very distressful situation.
We couldn't think.
Nothing was. We were not processing anything.
Literally, the directions will say I-10 east.
Okay, you're right, but we couldn't figure that out.
Funny because Darren like gets the compass out, and I'm like, oh, smart.
Yes, good idea. Yes, you guys are putting the phone in all different directions.
She goes, what was that thing you pulled out? So that you knew what direction we were going.
No idea we had a compass on our phone.
Kristen.
And you're in the car right now, or you guys are out of the car?
No, we're in the car.
We're inside the car.
Kristen did wait for...
As we're also standing, like headlights are flashing to an exit sign. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, we're at exit.
That's probably where they're like, can you give us a mile marker? Can you give us an exit?
Well, it was so dark, but I like open up, zoom out of my maps, and I was like, okay, we're next to a town that says Longview. We're not there. Like we are on the interstate. We are almost there. Like we can kind of see it. And all of these people were like, these girls are so dumb. Anyway, we text our team. Adam and Molly are still up. Drew and Mary are still up. And
because Drew and Mary had literally made that drive like hours earlier.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, call the cops so that you can get like not really an escort, but it would be like flashing lights.
See if there's highway patrol that just again can come give more lights.
The lady goes, no, and I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you could say no.
Yeah, why?
We want help.
Yeah, we need help.
But she was like, yeah, our only officer is all the way across on the other side of the county, and I was like, we have one person. I was like, let's go do something illegal because we're going to be good for like the rest of the night. She was like,
wait, she just told me no one's work. Got you. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that. She's like, well, no.
Okay. You started off and was like, this is not an emergency.
Well, it wasn't. It wasn't technically an emergency. Like we were fine. If somebody else was dying, we would want them to go there. But I had to like clarify that, and yes, I did do that. But anyway, after a little while, a police officer did come over. just somebody
Randomly?
that was driving.
We all of a sudden you see like flashing lights in the background. We're like,
Yes! We're saved.
and it was so funny because at this point it was like raining, so it was kind of like hard to see out of the rearview cameras. And I'm like, is he gonna come up on my side? Is he gonna come up on Taryn's side?
Yeah.
So I'm like looking out this side.
I'm already on edge,
and Taryn is already on edge. And all of a sudden I look back and I was like, oh my goodness, Taryn, he's on your side. Taryn screams.
Oh my God.
He comes, he's shining the flashlight
he's
in her
like
eyes.
looking around.
As Taryn's like rolled down her window and she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You saved us. And this guy is probably like, who are these
He's probably
girls?
like, this is so sus. Like,
Yeah.
what's
Yes,
going
he
on?
was. He
Yeah.
was like shining the light around. It was like a water bottle and a protein bar.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we weren't doing.
but
Yeah,
all
we're
this-
trying to get home. Our bags are already under the plane. Like, we just...
In that moment though, I'm like, do I look drunk? I'm like, I really am. I'm like fully sober. I'm like, I feel like he was just like staring
was
into
looking
our
at you.
souls of
Yeah.
like, so, what's going on here? But
then he went and looked at the tire and he was like, what did you guys hit? And we were like, we hit absolutely nothing. Like there was no bump. There wasn't a thing that we were like, ooh, we just ran into
I didn't
something.
even like hear the tire pop or anything.
It was shredded. Like shredded off. And he was like, I've never actually seen this. If you haven't hit anything, I've never seen a car do this. The AAA guy finally shows up. 39 years of working with AAA and towing cars. Like he got our car up on the thing in like 30 seconds. He's like, I have never seen this before. He's like, you guys need to call Hertz tomorrow morning and be like, whatever is up with this 2024 Volkswagen Jetta, that was that
It had like,
tire.
it only had like 8,000 miles on it. It was like a very newish car.
Tire shredded.
What? Yeah, you guys might have... Yeah.
So
It was
as
so
the
weird.
tow truck does finally come after probably, it was like an hour and a half of waiting for the AAA to come. And we're literally, it's the police officer, the two of us, and the tow truck guy all outside as it's like kind of raining. It's like a movie scene. I
does
swear.
look
I was
like
like, we're in a movie scene. There's flashing lights
Yeah.
everywhere. And it's like, we're all trying to decide what to do with the car. We're like, do we bring it? There was a Holiday Inn that was like a 4-minute drive, luckily right at the exit that we were about to be at.
Nice.
There was also a regional airport, which was obviously, it was like a tiny little Texas airport, but there they had a Hertz rental.
But we're all outside. It's raining. We're like, what do you guys think we do with the car? And we decided on just towing it back to the Holiday Inn, and we'll basically just figure it out in the morning.
Yeah.
But as they're like, all right, the tow trucks guys, all right, just get in the back seat. I'll put the car in, then we'll go. Taryn leads the way as again we're on the freaking side of the road, and we're trying to get into this back seat of this car
The tow truck?
of the tow truck.
Oh my God.
It's this big.
Yeah, you're
I'm
like,
not even
oh.
joking.
Yeah.
For knees, it was this big. Obviously, that wasn't going to work. And he had all of his tools and equipment and everything. He was like, oh, step on anything. And I was like, there's nowhere to step.
Yeah, where?
And I'm just like waiting. I'm like, what is she doing? I'm like, hurry
She
up.
was getting so mad. And I was like, I literally can't go anywhere. There's stuff stopping me. And it's this big.
Yeah.
And it was just full of, again, tools, equipment. I don't even know what I was stepping on or sitting on. And get in. She finally gets in. She's like, okay, I get it now. Because she couldn't even fit
Yeah.
sideways.
I was like crammed in. I was like, okay, fair. And then as he loads up the car, like she said, it was like very fast. We're driving. He's like, okay, yeah, I know there's like a Holiday Inn up here. He was like, I'm not going to leave you guys at this like Motel 6 because, I've picked up some cars from here and I saw a lot of prostitutes and drugs. So we're like, oh, thank you.
I will not be stopping there, but I'm going to go to my Holiday Inn.
Oh
We were like,
my God.
okay, this is good. This is good. Thank
So
you.
we get to the Holiday Inn. The tow truck brings us around the front. We go into the front. Kristen's getting a room. I'm also like, we had to get our car towed here. Where is the best spot to basically like
Drop
put
it.
the
Yeah,
car?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we have to put it somewhere. And he was like, okay, go around back. Anyway, he starts Googling us apparently because
Yeah.
I don't know if I
It was-
like give it away with my height or something, but he was just like very curious.
Yeah.
And I went out to the car. As I was walking, I put our stuff in the room. I'm walking back to the car to like get Taryn. And he's like, oh, I just Googled you guys. I was like, oh gosh. I was like, this is not, I was like, just let us go to sleep.
Yeah, please. Like,
It was at that point. It was 3 a.m.
oh my God.
I did not call my mom and
I
tell
didn't
her
either.
because I was like, I'm just gonna stress her out. There's
Yeah,
nothing that she
exactly.
can do.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
are
yeah.
alive. We're fine. I didn't tell Eric. Like I was like, I'm safe, but text me when you're awake. I'm not going to make it, because he was expecting me to be home.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to fall asleep. I'm going to wake up when she walks in.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my
I was
God.
like, I can't just like have him be like, where is Taryn?
Yeah.
But yeah, we fall asleep. We set our alarm for 8 a.m. That's when Hertz wakes up.
I did at 3 a.m. I texted my mom because she is notorious for tracking my location. I was like, hey, don't panic. I know you're going to track my location. We are in a hotel. We're good.
We're good,
Yeah. But like just making sure everybody knew that we were safe. Adam at this point was like still in Dallas. He was going to make the drive back to Baton Rouge the next morning.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're here and here. And he's like, I'll be there in the morning. And you guys can just drive back with me. And we're like, thank you for saving us. So thank you,
God.
Adam, for making the drive and just being the biggest savior. But the next morning we wake up, I call Hertz. I literally set an alarm for 8 a.m. And as 8 a.m. goes off, I call Hertz. And then I jump in the shower because I was just like, I need a fresh start for this day. And I was like, Kristen, can you talk to them while I'm in the shower? I don't know what you guys were talking about, but I get out and it was like, okay. Kristen was so nice. She was like, okay, so our option is that we're going to get towed.
I was repeating
to
what she
a
had
tire
said.
place, fix the tire, and then drive the car either to DFW or to Baton Rouge.
Because she was like, there's going to be a fee if you drop off the car at a location that you did not list. It's like,
wait, your tire popped, and it would have been fine.
Or
just wait.
Or it was like we pay for the tow truck to drive it all the way back to Dallas, which was like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. And then Taryn comes out of the shower and it's like, no.
Mama Bear said no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Taryn turned into Karen real quick.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, I just thought it was absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, it is.
That is a horrible option.
That's terrible. When it's your fault, yeah.
Ma'am, I appreciate that you cannot do this, but we almost died last night swerving in this car that something was wrong with the tire. Like, that should not be drivable. And because the police officer and the AAA guy both were like, this is unheard of. Like, we have never seen this, and we've both been working for a very long time. I was like, I was using them as examples, and I was like, we have somebody that drove through the night. We want to get home as soon as possible. And she was like, okay, we're going to actually have a tow truck come and pick it up, and it's going to be free of charge, and you guys just leave the keys there. And I was like, that's how we get things done.
I love that. Cool. She's like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll just do that. What? You just had to boss her around a little bit.
I didn't even
Karen
have
had to come out.
I didn't have to boss her around. I was just like,
no.
Do you realize that we, like, what we went through
That is
last night?
not at all what she sounded like on the phone.
Kristen, you were like, okay, I guess we'll drive the car back to
That
Dallas.
is so not true. Not true.
Hey, it's good cop, bad cop. That's how you get things done. That's good.
No, but she's always the good cop, and I always had to be the bad cop. Because you just don't, like,
but
you're just like, these are our only options.
And you're like, no, we're going to create an
That's
option.
what she was telling me.
Yeah.
No, we create options.
Yeah,
We get
I like
shit
it.
done.
Yeah.
Sorry. We get stuff.
All right. I wasn't the one that
She
cursed
is
this time.
heated.
Yeah, that's how you know she's upset right now.
I
It's still
was so
PTSD.
upset.
Yeah.
I was like, how is that your only option?
Yeah, you're like, it's not your only option. I
But
promise
that's
you.
the thing is like, everybody's like, oh, this is what you get. And I'm like, no, there's always
No, that's what
going
your
to be
script
another
tells
way.
you
Yeah.
what you should do. And if people say yes, then you go with it, right?
Yeah.
But no, that's not the answer.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But
That's fair. It was a good job.
And then Adam picked you guys up and you guys made it back?
Adam was there in the lobby. We drove back, got some Starbucks, and we just chatted the rest of the 4.5 hours back.
Oh, I love that.
And then we went and picked her car up from the airport, and we were back in like home for our meeting at 3 p.m. And we're alive.
Yeah,
And that
we're
is
here.
the end of AVP. But that was like, you go from being disappointed in your performance of the last couple of weeks, not making AVP championships, but you're alive, and it made everything. I was just like, literally none of that mattered.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were so many things that could have gone wrong in
Exactly.
that situation. Well, like more wrong.
Yeah,
In, not great way. But yeah, we're happy to
You're
be
alive.
here.
Yeah. Perspective.
Like huge perspective. That was,
yeah.
and now we don't know if it's the end of our season. We don't know if we're getting into World Tour finals. If we get the wild card, we find out on November 11th.
Oh my God.
And it is all out of our hands, and everything is just kind of like, okay, I guess we're just waiting around to see if season is actually over or if it's not. Also, November 11th is our anniversary.
It's also Vets Day. So thank you,
wow.
Veterans
So big
Day.
day on November 11th.
Yes.
Big day.
Okay, we're going to circle that on the calendar.
Yeah.
So why would you, Lila
Yes.
came in the mix.
You're trying to save us because we had
she felt the
great
stress.
time.
Yeah, she felt the stress.
Yeah. Yeah.
She heard you say the S word, and she was like, "Oof, that doesn't happen a lot on."
She was like, "That's what Dad says."
Exactly. She's like, "That's usually Anthony's business." Yeah. Well, that's good. You got comfort now, so.
Yes.
Amazing. Well, I'm happy you guys are alive. That's good. Wait, so explain to me World Tour Championship. So why would it be a wild card? Is just where you guys are in the standings and stuff?
Yeah, so you have to play in 8 it's your top 8 finishes.
Gotcha, that's right.
We only played in 6.
Gotcha.
So, and a lot of the other Olympic teams who were kind of a lock for the Olympics didn't have to just grind it out that last year or this year.
Right.
So we only played in, I think, 5 international events. So like due to AP, Brandy Mel, Hughes Chang, where everyone's in the same boat of needing a wild card.
Oh, so all of them are the same way?
And there's
So-
only 2 cards.
There's only two,
So
2 wild cards.
You had to apply for it, and now you just kind of wait.
And there's also some teams who have like announced that they're done playing who have qualified. So we don't know if these teams are
gonna bounce
going
or-
to play or stay in it.
Because a lot of them are like, I am stopping so that I can have a family. So you're just kind of like, where is everyone?
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I don't know how they are going to decide who gets the wild card.
Yeah.
What's the application process? Like, hey, pick us.
Yeah,
pretty
Here's
much.
our resume. Like, you know who we are.
That's it. And then it's in their hands.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, but they only have 2 wild cards, and they get chosen on November 11th. But again, they have to call the teams that are like top 8 for already like getting in to see if they're actually
if they
want
to go. And then there might be more than wild
and then
cards.
there might be
depending.
more options because then they would just go to the 9th,
Yeah.
10th, and then there's still always 2 wild
Seems
cards.
like those 4 teams that you just mentioned should be in
That's
this project.
someone.
Yeah, but there's only 2.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's kind of crazy that those 4 teams are not in there. Like, come on.
Someone was
Gold,
like, there
silver.
literally could be a tournament to decide the wild cards, just as how many of like the top teams are in that same boat.
Pretty entertaining. Probably a
Yeah.
lot of fun, honestly. Like for that, that'll be
Indeed.
fun. Yeah.
But it was crazy because there's other teams that, okay, we are like, oh, we only made it to 5 or 6 events. These other teams have like 13, 15 events because they were just like
Trying to get-
playing
yeah.
absolutely anything and everything.
I remember you guys talking about that. That's
Crazy.
crazy. Yeah. It's kind of what you guys did in the beginning, right? Just to
Yeah,
get on the
it
tour,
is.
like all that stuff. You have to grind.
have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
That's the barrier to
yeah.
entry. Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, and no AVP championships, unfortunately.
Yeah, sadly not. Instead, we will be at the LSU Bama game.
Boom.
This
Not a
is
bad pivot.
We are getting honored at halftime, which is really crazy.
we get to walk down the Victory Hill.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we get to walk down the Victory Hill, too.
That's so badass. Let's go. I just got chills. That's sick.
Yeah,
That's
that'll be
awesome.
fun.
So, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. That's
Yeah.
what I keep telling myself. I'm like, this is going to be a very cool experience. You never,
Wow, perspective. Yeah, one door closes, another one opens, and it's life experience. You probably want to be doing some volleyball stuff, but it's all right. Like you said, you
Can't
can have
change it
perspective.
now, yeah.
It's still part of the journey, though. I mean, think about this too, right? We talk about perspective and things, and yes, obviously when you're competing, you want to win and you always want to be there. But if you can have this other lens of like, this is going to be a core memory for you guys in your life, and hopefully they document it and you guys get some content and everything too, because it's something cool to tell your kids, life, the rest of your life. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And only a select amount of people get to do that shit too. So, stuff. See, it's contagious.
wanna
Way to go. You made
I'm the
me
only
do
one
it.
left here.
You made me do it. Damn it.
Yeah, no, I am very excited. I think it's going to be really cool. And then the next weekend, I'm actually going to Creighton, and we're having some. I get to like hang out with the team and just watch the volleyball game and the basketball game, and they're also recognizing us there. Well, me, because she's going to a wedding.
Yeah, I get to go to my friend's wedding, get to have a fun little reunion with
You guys
all
have,
my
like, a
high school
life?
people. Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm so blown away.
Who are you guys? Are you guys even going to know what to do in social? You're like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Like,
I have no idea what to do.
Yeah.
I have
I
a
just
list
hang
of things
out?
to do, and I actually get it done in the day.
Yeah.
I have
That's
time.
so crazy. I actually was on LSU's campus yesterday, and like I was going to throw some trash away, and I heard these 2 kids walking, and they were just walking through like the Union, like the free speech alleyway, and the one kid was like, "Man, I'm bored. What do you want to do?" And he's like, "I don't know. I don't want to walk here anymore." They were walking. They just turned around and walked the other way, and I was like, what would life be like that, where you're just like walking around, just waiting for and you're bored, and you're like, oh, let's go with this. I'm like,
Wow.
you just have,
know when that
What
has
is-
happened
yeah.
to me.
I literally was like, man, wonder what that's like.
Wow. Yeah.
But I don't think I would want that. That would drive me.
No, me.
I mean, every once in a while would be.
I think like a day. Yeah, a day.
Yes,
yeah.
a day. And
yeah.
then by the time the day is over, I'm like, okay, well, I just wasted that. Now I have to go do something.
Yep. There was a Sunday like 2 weeks ago. I was kind of like semi-sick, and I was like, you know what? I'm just shutting it down. And I didn't leave my apartment. The next day I was like, I have to go do everything. I woke up at 5 o'clock. I was like, I need to get out of these walls.
Re-energized.
Yeah, exactly. That's what like vacation is for me. Or if I go home for like 2 or 3 days, I'm like, great, awesome, but need to be back. I'm ready. I'm fired up. Yeah. Oh, I'm happy for you guys. That's awesome.
Also, April.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for the really, really beautiful cards. I don't know.
Anyone ever seen a card this cute and pretty?
So Blue Jays, Roll Jays, forever and ever. But you can't see it. It is like tiny rolled up pieces of paper to make this design. It is incredible. So intricate.
It also says, don't just send a card, send art.
And this really is art.
Love that.
So thank you, April. I hope I see you in 2 weeks.
And April, I did get it when you sent it. That is on me. It was in my shop at the top shelf, and every time they come in, it's usually in and out. They're busy, and today I got here early. It was nice, and I had them. So.
No, thank you. It's made our day.
Thank you.
Yeah,
little note.
That's awesome. All right, so no schedule. You guys get some freedom, right? So we don't. You guys are just going. No, like literally have no idea what's going on.
Pretty
Wild
much.
world. Wild world for the TKN.
We're just working out, but not necessarily like we took 3 days off of practice, and I'm like, again, what do I do?
Yeah. I need to have so much energy. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I did actually say that to Eric. He was like, I'm like bouncing off the walls at 8 p.m. And I was like, I didn't have 3 hours of practice where I was just like dying.
Yeah. And you're,
whoa, you have a lot of energy.
He's like, well, I'm ready to go to bed. So see.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I'm going to stay up because I can't sleep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What about Sand in the Sand coming up soon, right?
Yes. We have some sponsors now. We're still looking, but yeah, Sand in the Sand, December 14th. Now we just need to get teams to play in it.
Yes.
So how does the teams work? You got to get a quad and you got to sign up?
Yes.
Okay.
4 people. Yes, you have to have at least one girl. You are going to be playing on a men's net, so that's why you can play all 4 girls. That's totally fine. That's awesome. Lots of different divisions. So honestly, whatever level you are, you will have some people to play against. You know, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm not at this level, there's no way I can play. No, it is.
Yeah, that's what I don't want people to think that it is like a professional 4-man tournament. No. It really is for like
every
all
level.
ages. There's juniors divisions. There is a like beginner division, so you can just come on out, have some fun, and play 4-man. There also, if you can't come to the event, there are ways. I know a lot of people who watch our podcast necessarily, maybe they can't fly in. You can go like to the Amazon registry, purchase a gift, or you can make like a little donation. We're going to have some, a fun little shirt design that's, if you buy the shirt, also the proceeds will help.
Maybe some shorts.
Maybe some fun little slunk shorts.
That we designed ourselves.
Ooh.
Well, we told the designer exactly what we want. He made it.
It's going to be fun, and there really is ways to get involved, whether you can come or you can't. There also, if you want to fly in, we're getting discounted hotel rooms.
Damn.
Right by the hotel, right by the
guys
airport. So flying in and out of New Orleans will be easy.
It is
and
close
then
too,
we want everybody to stay after. That is kind of like the end of our season and the end of Sand in the Sand. We're going to be celebrating Kristen's birthday, which is on the 16th. And stay after for food, fun, drinks, music, hanging out.
Sounds like a good day.
The last time there was a party at Coconut Beach,
Kristen did end up
on top of the bar dancing.
Yep, I do remember that. I wasn't there for it, but I left early. But
it's
Was that the rain out one? The day that it was raining?
Yeah, it was raining.
That's what I thought.
New Orleans AVP.
Yep.
So there's a high bar set for the.
Yeah, it should be fun though.
But it should be a good time. So we really want to encourage everyone there. If you play in the tournament, you automatically get a ticket into the after party. If you don't, you can go purchase a wristband to get into the after party. But
if you can't come, there's also lots. We made a gift list or a registry. So if you want to support, can't though, gifts come straight to us. We wrap and then give everything back to the families.
Nice. All right, walk me through the process. If Cards and Culture wanted to have a 4-man team, how do I do? I go to your website. Do we have to pick our division? Do you guys pick it?
Great question.
Yes, go to our website, tknvball.com. There's going to be a little foundation tab. Click on that. It'll lead you right to Sand in the Sand. Scroll down, find the 4-man
Yep.
register here button, and it'll take you to Volleyball Life. That's kind of the platform.
Nice.
Everything is in Volleyball Life. Like once you sign up, you'll pick your division.
Nice. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what I was
so
wondering.
you
Yeah.
pick-
I was like, yeah, I know what you guys are going to do if I play this. You guys.
No, you pick your division,
All right,
and then
that's good.
Volleyball Life will kind of lay out the. It'll be
Nice.
a pool format. Top teams then go to playoffs. There'll
go.
be prizes for first and
shit.
second place.
Oh shit. Okay.
No pressure.
Costume.
Yes, costume contest, and there's prizes for that too.
That's right. I forgot
There's
about the
a
costume.
individual winner, and there's also a team winner. So
Don't anybody dress like Buddy the Elf because that's mine already. So
heard it here first. Buddy the Elf.
claimed it.
But yeah, again, we are very passionate about this. It's going to be a fun day. Hopefully this
It
year
is.
is just going to be
Yeah.
the best one yet. I mean, it's year 4. Crazy.
Yeah, it's been really fun to watch the growth too, and just you guys as women, everything as athletes, and now I keep saying you guys are entrepreneurs. Like this is literally a business for you guys in a way, and I'm super proud of you guys and this event this year. I'm so excited because again, I've seen it, from the jump and everything. So
Well, we have a nonprofit, our 656 Foundation.
That's
That is
right.
kind of what's running this event, which is
Yeah.
huge.
Tax write-off if you are looking for one, if your business is looking for one, anybody, it is going to a fantastic cause.
So if a memorabilia shop or a collectible shop wants to donate things, does that fall into the same thing like tax bracket? I mean, tax deduction.
Tax deduction?
Yeah.
I don't actually know the
I would
answer
think-
to that,
I
but
think it does, but
I
it
would
would be
think
more
so.
on our end. Like I would have to just do, like you guys just have to give me a receipt and everything, and I
Yeah.
could just cover like whatever I pay for it would be a tax write off for us and
Yeah.
stuff.
got
so.
you. That's really
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
I was just
I
thinking
didn't
about
even
that
think about
for
that.
future stuff for you guys too,
Amazing.
and things like that too, where you guys want to get cool stuff, unique
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. We are about to meet with our CPA
Nice.
about all of this too. So
Nice.
we are
Cool.
more
Let me know.
well-versed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know if
That's
you guys
fun.
need any help with that stuff. That would be fun. Yep.
Sweet.
I
Thank you.
love it.
Yeah. It should be fun. I think that is all.
I know. What else? That's it. We're ready to roll. Next episode,
Shoot.
maybe in a week. We know you might
Yeah.
be here. It'll be crazy.
We will be
Wild.
here. Well, actually, I'll be at Creighton,
Creighton, yeah.
in a week. I'm so excited.
But we'll have things to talk about that's like not volleyball.
Like life.
Your actual
Like,
personal
we are
life. Yeah.
People.
Yeah. That's incredible. Well, good stuff, ladies. And again, shout out BMD New Wealth. Thank you for allowing us to do this. I get to hang out with these ladies and produce this cool podcast and document their life for them. And again, if you guys are in Louisiana, you guys care about your wealth management, protecting your assets, your family, make sure you reach out to them. They're great people. And again, allow us to do this kind of stuff and tell stories and be involved in the community. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.